Yes, I can.
Blue lives matter! Blue lives matter!
Now at 5, thousands of demonstrators filled downtown Portland, and this afternoon it turns violent. Opposing rallies draw police to try and keep the peace, but things are turning tense. And welcome everyone to KOIN 6 News at 5 o'clock. I'm Chris Holmstrom.
And I'm Anna Canzano. Thanks for joining us. We have team coverage this afternoon of these rallies as we are approaching now the 5th hour of demonstrations in downtown Portland. There have been volatile moments. There have been moments of peaceful expression, several arrests, several items confiscated by police. There is a Trump free speech rally at Schrunk Plaza. That is just breaking up. There was also the Rose City Antifa at Chapman Square. Antifa standing for anti-fascism, but that one's been shut down due to criminal behavior, according to police. And there also was a human rights group gathered at Portland City Hall, all three taking place within just blocks of each other this afternoon.
Yeah, and we've been covering these demonstrations live since they began around 12:30. We have team coverage for you today. Let's start with our Cole Miller, who's with Trump supporters at Schrunk Plaza. Cole.
Okay, well, good evening. We are at the corner of Southwest 3rd and Jefferson as this free speech rally at Schrunk Plaza has just wrapped up about a half hour or so ago. Now, as the crowd disperses, I'd have to imagine the next half hour or hour will be very critical in seeing if there's any kind of clash with counter-protesters who have really set up shop all around Schrunk Plaza. Now, I want to show you a look at what's going on here as these Trump supporters, again, this free speech rally wrapping up as they head home. Again, that's going to be the thing to keep an eye on if there is anything else of note that goes on. Now, to the over here to the east, we do have a counter protest. It's been here since noon, going strong. Some labor unions making that up. Now, just before we came on the air, we did see a van with riot police in that riot gear, clad in that gear, make their way up Jefferson here. And there's still a very large gathering, I should note, taking place at City Hall, a group made up of a lot of other groups. We're hearing upwards of 70 groups making up that large crowd outside of City Hall. So this is the this vehicle with the flashing lights over here, this gray SUV with the sideboards. That's the SUV that was carrying these officers clad in that riot gear up the street. So, and as I make my way up here, I can see there's probably going to be a bit of a standoff of some kind. At least there's the counter-protesters lined up there near the Wells Fargo Center. Some barriers coming out now to close this road down. But we haven't seen really any kind of clash or any violence, I should say, in the last half hour or so. Over the course of the day when we were down there at Southwest 3rd, we did see a couple of folks being detained. The one we did notice, or we're told rather, a gentleman came from where that counter-protest was set up and raced across Southwest 3rd and tried to lunge at another man's legs. He was quickly taken into custody, and then as we were covering the rally where there were about a dozen or so speakers over the course of the day, there was another incident. We tried our best to see what happened there. We still haven't really quite put together the pieces on that, but another man was taken into custody with a red bandana. Unclear which side he was from. I should note that there are people in helmets, in masks on either side. Doesn't matter if it is the counter-protesters or the pro-Trump, the pro-free speech people. So that's something we saw over the course of the day. But now, this rally, again, it has wrapped up. Those folks now heading home. Joey Gibson, the rally organizer, calling it a success, saying that it's not the free speech rally that people should be concerned about. It was the other folks, the counter-protesters who we saw throwing bricks and glass bottles at police officers. I think we have someone else covering that beat. So for now, we're going to send it back to you. We're live in downtown Portland. Cole Miller, KOIN 6 News.